Okie dokie, and welcome back. Another day at the hangar, and today might be an exciting day. I'm gonna take the plane up, I hope. So right now this is hovering at like, it was 5,000, now it's 6,000. It's supposed to disappear, so I'm not worried about that. I'm probably gonna do 4,000, do some flight training, calibrate the pitot tube. I don't know, George left me the one of the test cards. He's been doing several flights. We got about 7 hours on the plane now, so besides me doing some testing, reading over the check cards and that stuff, I'm also going to take the spinner off because they want you to check the torque after 5 hours. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to add, and I'll talk about it, some blue Loctite per Brendan Culp's recommendation to Tony Wall. So thank all of you guys for the community, just for these little hints and stuff like that for the valve cover screws, if I wasn't clear. I'll talk about that in more detail when I get there. George mounted a camera, and I added this. It's just a trial thing. It's a little piece of gasket. I noticed, well, I didn't notice, but our test pilot said that you had to nudge a little bit to the right, so hopefully this will just lift it enough before I get involved in trimming these things. George had some right rudder that he had to put in, so we put this bump stop on. We're gonna see what that brings. And what else? Yeah, I'll keep you posted. I also wanted to mention that I found one of these screws missing. In all honesty, I'm not sure. I mean, there's nothing to hold them into the Tinneman clips other than over tightening them. So I'm gonna double check all of that. Same with underneath. Then I made myself some checklists that I'm used to from the old plane, and I was in collaboration with, or I got the information from the RANS manual, the other Archer that I fly. George had put a checklist and a digital checklist inside here. So I think I just want to use all of them and then pick and choose to fine tune what works best. But for now, cowl off. All right, so these are the guys that I'm talking about. I went through and I torqued them all before. I mean, they're just, I would feel like a little vibration, they're just going to come off, especially with the heat, expansion and contraction. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to put some blue Loctite on all of these and tighten them to 50 inch-pounds, I think Brandon was saying. So again, thank you Brandon, thank you Tony, and hope that's helpful for someone else. Alright, got these all tightened up. These ones that hold the baffle onto the engine block, or the cylinder head, whatever it is, the valve cover head, those are actually tight, but they almost feel like I may have put some Loctite on those when I installed them. I'm also keeping an eye on my little baffle here. I didn't take the rivets out, but those seem to be holding up good. Now I am going to check the spinner and the torque on those after 5 hours. I don't have my friend's $1 million snap-on torque wrench, but I do remember kind of comparing the two, and the 26 foot-pounds equals to about 312, and they were pretty damn close enough, what I would say. So you gotta make sure they didn't loosen. But yeah, so far so good. Oop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, alright. Spoke too soon. Alright, that's interesting. So it seems like the inside one's loosened. Look at that. Okay, I guess that's why they have you do this. Alright, so the outside ones were tight on, the inside ones, I don't know if they loosened, but the hub settled to probably a quarter turn or so. when I did the spinner, I made these fancy little insert pieces here, but I noticed that they're rubbing pretty hard against the inside of the spinner here on the carbon fiber. So since I already bought this $100 3M anti-chafe tape, I'm gonna use it. Alright, got that all back together with the anti-chafe, and we'll see how that works out. Propeller's tight, checking all the bolts, everything I can think. Engine mount bolts are good. The ones under here, torque seal is still in the same position. Engine, yeah, what am I saying? I don't know. I put some more Beloved Mouse Milk on there, and just looking for things wrong, but haven't found anything. Looks really good. I'll put the cowl back on and address the screws. Did I talk about this already? Found a missing screw here, so I'm gonna just go through and tighten and check all of them and replace that one, obviously. Alright, it's a test of the camera. It's all jury rigged up here with duct tape and rubber bands. See how it works. I was so excited, talking to George, filled up the plane. I was already on my way home when I realized I need an ending to this video. So that was my first solo test flight, or first solo flight in a tail dragger for that matter, on my first landing, and it was probably my best landing, so pretty excited about that. Of course nobody saw it, so therefore it's my best landing. So today I checked off the check card 4. George has been working away on the other ones. It's basically flying in all different directions and taking readings. I hope I got it all. It's not that easy to fly straight in a new plane, at least for me. The autopilot, I think we need to adjust the trim. I call it violent. It, like, you know, it goes up and down too quick, so it's something I think we got to work on. And even on the stick, and when you engage the autopilot, same thing. It's pretty abrupt. So we're gonna work on that. Did not use the autopilot. Did the best I could to fly at 360, 90, 180, and 270 at certain speeds, 64 miles an hour, 52 miles an hour. And that was a slow flight that we did for that. After that, we're going to, or I did at least 45 minutes, probably closer to an hour. This whole thing took 3 hours. It was a 3-hour flight today, so my butt hurts a little bit, but she's beautiful. Really, really, really good. Again, I don't have any tail dragger experience, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but I love it. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, and then I did about an hour worth of 75% power running up and down the coast up here in New England, and confusing Boston ATC of what I'm doing, but they were super helpful. I talked to them. They kept an eye on me even when I went to descend underneath one of the big airports there, just in case they have a plane coming in. They're like, hey, just checking on you. I'm like, no, I'm good. So yeah, it was really good. Great community. Boston ATC, thank you. You guys rock, and everybody else. So yeah, I'll end the video there. I don't know how much of the flying I'm going to incorporate. One thing I want to show you, this is pretty cool. I know what, the battery's going to die. Let me see if I can plug it in on the other side. Might be a little bit hard to see, but I got the LED brow up in here. So if your head's up here, most of them are covered so you don't see the bright LED lights, but the ones that come down here, I did extend them because I wanted this and this and those switches to be lit up. So I'm going to actually extend the black piece on my custom brow just a little bit so they don't blind you. So if you're sitting on this side doesn't blind you, but that side does, and vice versa. So just got to work that out, but looks really cool, and the dimmer is really nice adjustments. We have the lights underneath here too. Kind of gives a little bit of a glow on the bottom there. All right, but now I'm going home. Good night. See ya.